Hello and welcome to the Death Battle Cast, the show where dreams come to die. 50% of the time, because there has to be a winner as well. So
I like that.
Yeah, exactly.
What an intro.
Hey, I'm Ben. I'm the voice of Wiz. You just heard Chad, voice of Boomstick. What's up, Chad?
Yeah. Oh, damn. I tried to catch the transition. There we go. Oh,
Too quick on that.
Every week, Chad, you try and catch it.
It's because I did it perfectly once and I got the taste of it. Anyway,
Okay.
Hi, everybody. I'm here.
And there was Sam as well.
Yeah, I'm also here. Not same Sam, different week. Let's go.
That's how life works, I guess.
Yep.
And we got Josh as well.
Yeah, and I don't talk until I'm introduced.
Yeah,
So
like
I
a true professional.
Well, after I don't even know how many episodes of the show, I kind of can just do what I want, all right?
Sure.
Is that how that works?
That
The
is how that
longer the show goes, the
Yeah.
more just batshit insane you could be.
Well, the less
Great.
I think you need to introduce yourself. Right.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
On
I do
episode
it, I guess.
300 something,
I do wonder every time I'm like, hey guys, I'm Ben, just how many people watching are like, yeah, I know. But hey, we do have new people joining us pretty frequently, and getting new memberships in to participate in the chat and whatnot. Thank you everybody who's tuning in live right now, and in the chat. We got a pretty big episode for you guys this week with 2 different battles. So I'm not really sure how this is going to go. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for joining us. If you haven't joined us live before, we do this live every Tuesday at 3 p.m. Central Time. But of course, the podcast goes out for everybody else on YouTube and other podcast places. We're on Spotify, right?
Yeah.
What else does podcasts
wherever you
work?
listen to your podcast, we're there.
Yeah, that stuff. All right. So, real quick, did want to preface, Texas is in the middle of a freeze right now. It's not a big storm where I'm at least at the moment, but Texas's power grid, as has been made pretty clear the past few years, is topsy-turvy. So if one of us just vanishes halfway through this show, that's probably why. So just a heads up.
So far, it's been pretty good. I haven't heard of anybody losing power, but apparently, a lot of people have lost hot water because their hot water heaters froze. So
yeah, that makes sense. I lost
would
internet
suck.
for a bit, not power, but a few people have definitely lost power. All right, so if one of us just disappears, it doesn't mean we don't like you. It means we're trying.
You can
We're
email
doing our
Ted
best.
Cruz.
There you go. Sure. Okay, so also, it's been a little while since I've worn one of these, but I am wearing
Oh, you're wearing the correct one.
one of the shirts. I haven't worn the Boomstick one on cast, I think, ever, so I figured I'd give it a try.
Wow.
It's it looks fine. The Wiz one's definitely better.
No, definitely the Boomstick one.
Yeah, there they are. Wow,
look
Mike
at
had
them.
that ready to go.
Beautiful.
Yeah, those are still in the store. Just bringing that up because the Death Battle game also is available, so be sure to
have
check
it.
that out.
This
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, look at that.
Available, but also not for long. We're already down to 90 units, so there's not a lot left, though.
Holy crap!
So we also
that was
don't really have to
fast.
try and sell it anymore. It's going to be sell out. So
All right. Well, I guess don't need to promote that anymore.
Well, no, you gotta
mean, like-
tell them if they want to get it,
Yeah,
because
if you
again, it
want
takes
it, get
forever
it,
to make
'cause-
it. So like,
Yeah.
if
just
you
sell
know you
themselves.
want it, you gotta go
Yeah.
get it.
Just really,
90
I
left.
don't think we'll have any left
That was
by like
fast.
next month. So middle of
Holy
next month
crap.
probably. So yeah, I don't.
Perfect Valentine's
If you
Day
want to
gift.
get it, yeah, exactly. Perfect, yeah. But yeah, so just so you know, it is going to be out of stock again. So if you were thinking about getting it, go get one.
Oh my gosh, that went fast! Holy crap!
Yeah.
Okay,
when they
yeah,
told me
definitely.
there's only 90 left. I was like, what? Huh? How?
Yeah, that's
Kind of
wow.
amazing.
That went real fast. Oh my god, this is news to me. That's
Yeah.
wow.
It is also in
Wow.
stock. It is no longer a pre-order. Like you buy it, we ship it. It's in stock.
So
now.
it literally just got into stock and it's already under 100 units out of however many thousand. It's
I can't remember how many we
Wow.
ordered, but yeah.
That's wild. Yeah. So if you want it, go get that, I guess. Okay, man. All right. That's feels kind of cool.
yeah, look at that. Lots of people saying they got their orders in for shirts and the Death Battle game. We appreciate y'all's support.
You guys
And
are
thanks,
awesome.
and thanks for
No,
repping
thank
the
you.
show.
Okay, so let's jump into our community death battles, plural, this week because we are still in Oops All Goku month, which is
Mhm.
just what January is now, I guess.
Yeah.
Um, so this week, because we've already covered Goku pretty thoroughly, we figured instead of spending a lot of time talking about Goku, we would specifically talk about competitors who might fight him based on matchup requests that we've seen. So this week we are going to be doing two. The first one, which I'm really not sure about, is Kratos versus Goku. So we're going to start
Yeah.
with that, and then later on we're going to talk about Sonic, which I think Sonic versus Goku is one of the more popular Goku battle requests. So we'll talk about that later on in the show. But we're going to start with Kratos. So Josh, you're repping Kratos, right?
That's right.
Okay. So we're going to give Josh a little bit of time to hype up Kratos a bit, see if he could possibly stand up to Goku. I will be defending Goku as I did last week, and then we will do the typical, Death Battle Cast shenanigans where everybody gets to vote on whether or not Kratos can beat Goku. So let's get this started. Josh, 60
Yeah, let's
seconds on
do
the
it.
clock.
Okay.
Can he beat Goku?
Yeah, so I mean, Kratos, Ghost of Sparta, once a demigod, now a god in his own right, has made a name for himself for killing gods. That's what he does. Once a captain of the Spartan army, eventually became the literal god of war by killing Ares and taking the throne. We know this. He carries around a ton of versatile weapons. He has an insane amount of god hacks like the bow of Apollo, the boots of Hermes, all this crazy stuff that he's used in the past. It's got crazy healing factor, a ton of runic attacks and abilities. He's fast enough to keep up with all the gods he fights. He's killed all of the Greek pantheon, killed or directly was involved with killing a lot of the Norse pantheon now. And, if this were a tag team, we know he's good in a tag team scenario with the boy. He's great at that. But most importantly, and finally, um, unlike his opponent, Goku, Kratos is a good dad. And I think that's really important.
Low
Yeah, that is
blow.
fair.
Okay.
Damn.
Okay. Kratos, Goku's not that bad of a dad. Honestly, they're probably pretty comparable.
I was like,
Kratos
Kratos
is a
pretty
good
great.
dad.
They're probably that might be like the one thing that's actually similar between them is they have like a little bit of a rough relationship with their kid.
Yeah, he's a pretty harsh
it-
dad. Like I know
it
he's
works
prepping
out
his son
in
to
the end.
survive, but like,
Yeah,
god
given
damn,
the
like a
environment.
hug
Spend a lot
every
of
now
time
and then.
together, quality time. That's invaluable.
Yeah.
I've
Yeah,
seen
I
I've
mean-
seen Goku pick up and hug his kid. Kratos though. So like
Oh no. Yeah. Goku's a fine dad. He just
Piccolo's
left
better.
for a while.
Yeah.
Just kind of needed a surrogate father there for a few years.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, so for Goku, we don't need to go through the whole spiel again for Goku. I will
It's
say
Goku.
I figure we could stick with just like mainline Goku, kind of what we did for the Goku vs Superman death battle.
Mhm.
But I guess I could always pull out Jump Force, if I need to.
Come on.
if Kratos is something crazy, but I don't think he does because I don't see how this is possibly uh an even matchup in any way. Like, what's Kratos got that can even
I mean,
hurt Goku?
He's got some crazy stuff. I mean, if we give him if he's got access to all of his weapons or all the weapons he's used, like the Blade of Olympus is the big one I'm thinking of, like that is created to kill immortal beings. So I'm imagining it could
It's
go
created
up
to kill
against
the gods
Goku.
of Olympus. Goku ain't a god of Olympus. Also, Sarah Fargus does point out, didn't Kratos kill his first kid?
Yeah.
Yes, but
Goku never
accidentally.
killed his kid. I don't think Goku ever.
He was
killed his kid.
tricked.
That's
He
that's
didn't
true.
do it
And technically
intentionally.
he's wearing him. He's with him
Right.
forever.
Keeps them with him.
Oh my god.
That's good dad
Yeah,
stuff.
Kratos.
Okay,
the,
but
like the
even
only
if-
thing he has more than weapons is emotional baggage.
Yeah.
Pretty rough out there for him.
Yeah,
So
Goku's
even
got
if
none of
he-
that shit. He just shrugs that off. Oh, some horrible
Goku-
traumatizing thing happened. Ah, it's fine. We'll have a fun day. the
Goku
next
might
day.
be too dim to have emotional baggage. To
Yeah.
be fair,
That's
yeah, he just shrugs
probably
it
true.
off.
yeah,
Yeah. Just on to the
At
next
least
fight.
if Super has anything to say about it, yes.
yeah. He's very ignorance is bliss. I don't think he could even be depressed. Like,
Adrian Sandlin says if Kratos calls Goku boy, he automatically wins in my book. I have a
I like
feeling
that.
he would.
I like
Goku
that.
would act like a child in front of him because Goku's a little childish, and he'd be like, "What is wrong with you, boy?"
I
Yeah.
think that they would really get on it, or Goku
They
would
would get on
definitely
each
get
other's
on his
nerves,
nerves. Yes, for
absolutely.
sure. Very different personalities. But the Blade of Olympus, I did bring up because even if he doesn't use it or can't use it or doesn't work, whatever, like, an important thing about it is that Kratos stabbed himself with it and survived, and it's designed to kill immortal beings. So, like, you know, and Kratos has multiple
How does
ways.
that work?
I don't know if you can kill Kratos. Kratos is an
They
immortal?
never really
Question mark?
explained how he survived. He just did. That was all an off.
It
But he's also
kills
got multiple
immortal
ways to be
beings.
invincible for at least a time. You know, he's got like different ways to manage that. Poseidon's Rage and other ways to like be invincible for at least a short amount of time.
Mm. Okay.
So he's at least putting up a
Okay. I mean, Kratos is tough. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
Like he can take a hit. He can take a stabbing. He can survive some pretty crazy shit.
And he's got
He
got crazy healing factors.
He's been hit by everything.
Doesn't he die at one point by falling from Olympus? Doesn't that happen? Isn't that one of? He's gone to Hades multiple times.
Yeah, but because he
He
died.
just falls from a mountain at one point, and that sends him to it, doesn't it? It's been a long time since I've played any of the original God of Wars. I could have sworn he just fell from. I mean, Mount Olympus is in like another dimension, I suppose. So maybe I'm underselling it a bit, but like he just falls from a mountain and dies.
Does
so-
he die? I mean, he makes it out of Hades, doesn't
You
he?
go to hell when you die. So
But he gets out. He's fine. He brushes it off.
Oh, does he just fall directly into the underworld, Santi? Is
I
that what
think
happened?
So.
I guess it's up to interpretation, maybe, but I always interpreted that he died from the fall and ended up in the underworld. How do you just happen to trip and fall into the underworld?
All right. Kratos died 3 times in the original series. First, upon finding Pandora's box, he gets impaled by a large spike. Second, he's killed by Zeus with the Blade of Olympus.
Mm.
However, after being saved or whatever. Third, after falling off of Gaia, he dies.
go.
The fall
Yeah, when
itself
Gaius
is
is
enough to
climbing
kill him.
Mount Olympus.
Yeah.
It's the initial assault, or one of the initial assault
Yeah.
on Mount Olympus, I believe. Okay.
But he's stronger
Yeah.
now. And now he can't
Yeah.
die, as we've
That's-
learned.
Sure. Okay. So yeah, okay, that's fair. Tom's number one soldier for allowing anti-feeds Goku the laser gun, and I get it. I get it. Okay, so he's tough, but like, what's he got that can even hurt Goku? I don't feel like he's got anything that can actually hurt Goku, let alone take him down.
Well, I mean, physical damage hurts Goku. You know, I mean, we've seen him get like messed up.
Does, but you got to match his level of power.
Mhm.
You can't
But I
just
mean,
go up
I
to
think-
Goku and punch him in the nose and expect it to break.
I feel like he also has a wider range of like different kinds of attacks that he could hit Goku with that Goku doesn't really have any counters for specifically. Like he's got all these magical weapons that have like elemental stuff too, and like not just like, I mean, Blades of Chaos has fire, but it's also like a magical fire that was like that could keep burning even in hell. So like it's magical elemental stuff that I don't know what Goku's gonna do with.
Interesting. Riley,
Yeah.
thank you for the 10 gifted. All right.
Magic in Dragon Ball is like rarely explained, but there is like things
But
like
it's different.
mystic.
Yeah.
Like, so I don't know. Yeah, but I feel like because he has dealt with some people that are more along the magic lines than the like key lines, maybe it wouldn't do anything. But yeah, I mean that's a
Yeah,
good point.
and I
don't
mean,
it
like,
depends on what the magic is, right?
know. Yeah,
it's-
I
well,
can't
right.
see him having a weakness to just like all this just magic.
But like
in
magic
that
is so
world.
weird because like you look at like Babidi, right? And like, you know, it's like clearly magic can work on Saiyans because he like Majined up Vegeta pretty good, but it's like Vegeta kind of wanted to slip back
Yeah.
into that, so it's like, you know, like I don't know.
Debatable, but Vegeta claims that he never actually got possessed, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly. So they can
He's
definitely
got
resist
that
it to a
6
certain
forehead
degree.
tattoo.
Yeah, he's got the 6 forehead tattoo, and he killed a bunch of people. So if I were Vegeta, I'd be like, no,
I know,
that
right?
part I was possessed.
That
wasn't me.
Yeah, right.
That wasn't me.
um, but okay, so let's talk specifics because like a flaming sword is not going to necessarily change. That the fact that Goku could just tank that or like knock it aside. Is there a specific like special magic sword that seals his soul
Well,
to Hades or something?
I mean, Kratos has used weapons that steal people's souls, but I think a specific one that would be good against Goku is the spear he has in the latest game because it's a magical spear and he can clone it infinitely. So he's just chucking an endless wave of spears at Goku and can
Okay.
detonate each one of them remotely.
Uh,
And it was specifically designed to go big or like to disable Heimdall and like be able to like because Heimdall was moving so fast he couldn't really even touch or
Mm.
Kratos couldn't even really touch him. But with the spear, it disabled Heimdall's like abilities so that he could actually kill him, and he does.
Savage says Kratos is faster than Helios's light that lit up an
Yeah,
infinite-sized underworld near instantly. Yeah. And then there's some
and he's
strength.
killed gods faster than Helios too. I mean, Hermes, Zeus.
Infinitely sized underworld. Are we sure about that?
Yeah, that doesn't
Also,
make a lot
Kendrex,
of
thanks for the
sense.
memberships. Um,
I don't know.
I- infinite size universes and stuff are always I think
Uh,
a little. It's a little easy to just throw infinite on one of those and just call it a day.
Right.
But okay, faster than the light of Helios, aka the sun. All right, cool. So he's faster than light speed.
Well,
Great.
all right. Touche.
So what?
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
I
got
mean, I feel
Kratos
like
has
if
a
he
lot of
had,
experience like killing people who are faster than he is. Like it doesn't
Okay.
seem to matter. Like it's kind of interesting in a way because he's kind of similar to Goku in that he kind of like rises to the occasion with whoever he needs to defeat.
yeah,
Mm,
but I think he kills people that are a lot faster than him. But I think the thing with Kratos is that he's always like the best fighter, and he's clever. And like I feel like although maybe you can't call Goku clever, he is like a brilliant fighter, right? Like as far as
Yeah.
when it comes to actual combat, he is very good. So
I would call him clever. I wouldn't call him witty, but I would call him clever. Absolutely.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
At least when it comes to fighting.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't drive a car, but
You eventually figured it out.
Yeah.
I mean, why would
apparently,
you when you can fly, right? But
apparently, God of War lore, they really like to toss out the word infinite, including
Yeah, they
like
really do.
including like Atlas, who's holding up the infinite universes.
Well, I mean that's more of a mythological thing, which is
Thanks,
I
Ultrasonic.
believe we covered this in Hercules versus Sun Wukong. Technically, yes, the infinite cosmology of Greek mythology, or the universe of the world, the Earth that he's holding is considered the infinite universe, or all of creation, rather. Um, what that means in terms of scope, I don't know. It is an enormous amount, but I mean, we are talking about Goku, who has the power to destroy. What do we say in the death battle? 550,000 universes or whatever it was.
Something, yeah.
So
That's less than infinite though, Ben.
I mean, if you consider each of those universes to be infinite, which you could. We did address this in Goku vs Superman, but we just did it in one of those black tabs rather than try to explain the differences between scales of infinite, because that would take up a whole 10-minute video. Um, uh, then yeah, it does match up to this. So
I feel like maybe Kratos could say, hey, there are things in Dragon Ball like the jar that Roshi can. Well, he doesn't have to be a jar, but Roshi can put people in the vial. I can't remember the name of the technique.
the Mafaba.
Yeah, and that can like theoretically work on anyone, right? So I
It
feel
can.
like if Kratos had something that could attack Goku's soul, there might be an in. I also think like poisons, miasma, plague stuff, which I think there are some in God of War. You can there are some like weapons in even like moves that can
Who is
poison
susceptible
stuff.
to diseases.
Yeah, that
I
maybe
feel like I'm being this person's username is like talking to us. Stop talking. So they gifted 5 memberships.
Are we supposed to
Okay,
stop or yeah? No, I
I'm
don't know.
stopping. You guys talk instead.
Okay, perfect. I mean, I think we go back to the soul stuff. The soul stuff is interesting because
Yeah,
Kratos
well,
does have talk about like the soul steely weapon stuff.
yeah. I mean, I might need some help in chat if y'all can fill in some more context. But I'm pretty sure with Poseidon's wrath, Kratos has destroyed souls and and was able to resist Hades trying to steal his soul and ended up taking Hades' soul.
Yeah, I saw
So
a
like
comment
he's
earlier that
definitely
there was a weapon that he used. He actually took Hades' soul,
yeah.
the god. So it's like that's an interesting thing because like trying to think, there's probably like a huge example where you're like, yes,
Real quick
obviously
for the
this.
people who are calling me out. We did a black tab for Superman the Infinite thing as well, and Goku vs Superman. We actually watched the episode. We did cover both of those. Superman wins regardless. Anyway, continue.
Goddamn.
Claws of Hades. Yes.
Has
Thank you.
Goku ever dealt with like soul stealing stuff? I'm trying to remember.
I mean, the Mothra
It's, like,
thing's
vaguely
like the only
familiar.
thing in that universe I feel like that is around that.
Uh, the Mothra seals an entire entity within a capsule. The closest thing I can think of off the top of my head is the oh my gosh, why am I blanking on his name? The Devilmite beam, I think it's called. That can destroy a person's soul if it has any evil in it, and Goku was immune to it.
Gotcha.
Um,
Well, you got a war. They don't discriminate. They're not like, you got a pure soul. This will work. They don't care. They're like, these are the old timey, Greek gods, and they're all about like, fuck the
Moral
innocent. Like,
compass is a little.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's a little bit different because of the ideology regarding how like chi, and what Dragon Ball comes from. I don't think it's as simple as like soul versus body. It's kind of all in one. Like chi is part of the soul, right? So on one hand, you could say Goku's weaponizing his soul, right? In a
sure.
certain way
Mm.
by using
Yeah, I can
chi.
see. But then like I saw somebody put it out. Sorry, I just lost who it was. But they talked about how I mean Goku has been like had his ki drained before, so it's like
Yeah. Oh, a good one from Grim Naka is Kratos has a gauntlet of Zeus, which was strong enough for Kratos to actually overpower Atlas, who was in universe, was holding up the infinite cosmos. Even if it's not infinite, the idea of Atlas actually holding a universe or even a galaxy, and Kratos being able to overpower him just in raw strength, that is, I think, significant for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, some people are mentioning Hakai would be soul destruction. Yeah, because Hakai is like everything destruction. Although I don't think Goku ever resisted Hakai. Hakai either just works or just fails to work, basically.
Is
from what
Hakai
we've seen.
the one that the gods of destruction use, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Frieza does. So you would kind of assume, and so does
Did he ever
Vegeta from
resist
the
it?
thing.
Maybe I'm
Yeah,
forgetting it. Resisting
remember
it.
who's the universe 5 god of destruction? The one that Beerus is really like chubby cat that Beerus hates.
Champa?
I think gives the goons a bunch of it, and they throw it at Frieza whenever Goku gets Frieza out of hell right before the tournament. And Frieza like willingly gets hit by it just to get out of it.
Did get hit by
And I think
Hakai. Okay.
yeah, and I think that was like, and that's just him just trying to show off. Like that whole fight is about Frieza showing off to Goku now that he's had some time to like level up again.
That's right. That's right.
So I think you would kind of count that, right? Like if Frieza can do it, I don't really see a reason why Goku couldn't. It's not like some sort of racial like species ace thing because he's a Saiyan and Frieza's a what the fuck is a Frieza? A Frieza? It's not some like special alien attribute that allows Frieza to do it. And I think Vegeta does, although it is against like a fledgling god of destruction in the tournament as well. So
okay, so yeah, that would count then. That is correct.
This is
it wasn't full
interesting.
power, but yeah, it would make it a little. It still implies that there's a level of resistance, and plus like, if Goku is still at a greater power level, applying the Dragon Ball concept of power versus power and how one trumps over the other would make his resistance better anyway. Um, yeah. Okay.
What do you
Well,
keep saying?
what could
Frost
Goku?
demon? Oh yeah. Oh, for that's what Frieza is. He's a frost demon.
Oh,
Frost.
That's
word.
one of the.
Theories.
It's not. It's not theories. It's just one of the names that's given in
Got it.
one source, but it's a variety of sources. There isn't like an official 100% name.
Because
One of the
he is
options
not,
to choose
yeah,
from.
because there are actual proper from hell demons as well, and Frieza is
Yeah.
not from an
Frieza's not a demon,
underworld.
no.
He's
Theoretically, I mean, maybe he is. Maybe there'll be some reveal in the next super arc where it's like, surprised he was a demon all along. They're bringing
Demon all
demons
along.
into Dragon Ball Daima, so and demons have been the main antagonist for the heroes and Xenoverse stuff this whole time. So like maybe they're building up to like surprise he was the king of demons the whole time, and so maybe he is a frost demon. Who knows?
And then, but no, Dabura is the king of demons.
He got fucking trounced. His siblings have been the I think his siblings have been the main like antagonists from hell or the demon dimension, whatever it is. Anyway,
Okay.
so so Kratos could potentially affect his soul. Is there
Mhm.
anything else that Kratos has that could even possibly match?
Well, I mean, he can manipulate time, and I don't know what Goku's doing against that. He's got multiple ways to create realm shifts and slow down time, and then get however many attacks he needs to get in there
but
while
the
he's slowing
fact
down
that
time.
Goku's been able to beat Hit, who can like do little time stops, I think, is kind of like that's rough. Because Hit does, I would say, a very similar thing.
Yep, and he's able to power through that. So, Hmm.
Oh,
Okay.
Kratos has the head of Medusa.
Oh shit.
That actually, I would say that has a really good chance because I don't know.
Thank
In
you,
the
Santi
game,
Sherb.
though, they turn. I see that would 100% work on somebody like Roshi, but I don't think because they have to keep looking at it. And I believe in God of War, people look at it because it's like a too beautiful to look away thing. Where I don't think that effect would work on Goku. He doesn't care about beauty in that sense, right?
Well, it's not like a beauty thing.
Is that how it works?
I don't
I
think so.
thought
I don't
in
remember
God of
that.
War it was like that, but if it's not, then I might just be wrong. Because I just remember it turning people to stone slowly. And it was like, why don't you look away? And I think it was because of a beauty thing, because that's like one of the old Greek things. Yeah, maybe that would work.
Okay. I mean, Goku doesn't care about what he looks like. So if that's what it's about,
Well,
then
Oh, interesting. Hold on. There's a counter. Fella says Goku should resist it using his ki, using it as protection, like Trunks did with the Burra's spit.
I was just thinking about Dabura's spit because Dabura does turn people to stone.
Right.
Does affect. Well, that's tricky because again, that goes back to the Dragon Ball power scaling effect, where it's like if they have greater ki and greater ki power, then they can basically just resist whatever the hell somebody weaker than them can do to them. So, because Trunks was more powerful than Dabura, he could counter it. So with that in mind, but well, no, because Dabura is using magic, so technically, no, that doesn't apply. Okay, yeah. So because it's magic that Trunks is able to resist, then theoretically, Goku should also resist the Medusa head.
Then Axel Hobo says Candy Vegito. Did Vegito get turned into candy at one point?
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
You don't remember the incredible fighting Candy?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah.
He's the best part of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Vegito fight.
Yeah.
So he is turned into Candy, but then he's able to resist all of it. So he
Yeah.
does get turned.
Some people are
Kind
quite
of weird that he gets turned now that
Yeah.
based on our current understanding of how
quite a,
powers work in Dragon Ball, but it's Dragon Ball.
quite a few people have brought up that he beats Thor, and at one point Thor hits the serpent back in time. But I just wanted the chat to be like, yeah, I see that. I just don't think we can actually gain anything from that like, how do we even go about like he hit him so hard he went back in time? Like that just sounds
Yeah.
like a punchline, not
Well,
calculated thing.
wait, let's go through the specifics. How did he go back in time?
I don't know the details.
I don't
I've
know that
not
either.
played 2018 God of War, so I don't know what really happens.
uh,
I'm trying to remember it.
while you think about that, Ostastari says, "What's to stop Kratos from stopping time and cutting Goku's hair off? Does Super Saiyan transformation still work when you're bald? Maybe, but it
Not
won't
that
look
we've
nearly as
ever
badass."
seen.
Yeah.
Isn't there a Super Saiyan 3 Nappa in the mobile game?
I guarantee if there is, I
He
guarantee you
grows
gave him hair.
hair.
I guarantee
I'm
you.
pretty sure it's his mustache.
Oh, that's even fucking cooler though.
Oh my
think-
god, you're right. It's his beard.
Yeah,
There
they
is
grow
a
out his
Super
beard.
Yeah, it's his. He gets a
It does
Super
exist.
Saiyan mustache and
Oh
beard.
man, that's sick as
God
hell.
damn, that's sick.
Yeah. Sergio's got my back. Yeah, he's right.
Hold up, Mike.
yeah,
I'm gonna
okay.
give you this, Mike. One
That
second,
is
so we can bring it up
so-
whenever you
So
can.
while we're doing
Stupid.
that, so unless you guys can come up with a good way to explain Thor getting punched back in time, sounds like
Thor
Goku's
punches
got
a
this.
serpent back in time. Yeah, but we should move on to Sonic because we're halfway through.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
think.
So we're gonna do our voting now.
I mean I don't know. It was kind of a good counter for like the head of Medusa, but like I don't the soul stealing thing still on me. I thought this was gonna be just an easy like well Goku trounces Kratos, but fun times. But like
Sure seems that way to me.
I don't know. It's pretty interesting. Like
All right, well, who
It
are you
is.
voting for, Chad?
oh man, already? I don't know. Ah,
Mhm.
dude, I like.
Can Goku beat the concept of hope?
He is
Wow.
hope personified.
God of hope.
You know what? Since I'm the first vote, just to stir things up and see what happens, I'm gonna go Kratos. I'm gonna say Kratos.
Love that.
on this one.
Wow.
Love that
okay,
energy.
Okay.
I do
Just
want to
trying
say
trying to
that
be chaos.
this
That's what Kratos was fighting against, Chad.
the user
Well, you know.
Stop Talking changed their name to keep Talking.
Oh, I
and
love that.
gifted a sub. So thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
no, I'm voting Goku. I just don't see like how
Alright.
Goku's not stronger and faster at the end of the day to a level where it's like Kratos won't really have opportunities. Maybe in a narrative way because Goku would not just ever blitz an opponent, right? But I think just like straight out at their maximums, who would win is Goku.
Okay. So the poll is currently live in the chat right now. Go and get your votes in. While you guys are voting, I am going to take a quick break to talk about our sponsor, HelloFresh. Yes, this episode is again sponsored by HelloFresh. Is your New Year's resolution to save money, to eat better, to stress less? All three.
Yes, please.
That's me. HelloFresh is here to help you do all of that. Say hello to your most delicious year with fresh ingredients and chef-crafted recipes at prices you'll like, delivered right to your door. Skip the trip to the grocery store. HelloFresh makes home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. And did you know that HelloFresh does more than just dinners? From easy breakfast to start your morning off right to 10-minute lunches or satisfying snacks both adults and kids will love, HelloFresh has tasty choices for every mealtime occasion. And the best part, no grocery trip required. Don't have to go to the store. It's all just shows up at your front door. You mix it up yourself. And as somebody who is not a fan of cooking, that's me, HelloFresh makes kitchen prep way easier because everything is already prepped for you. Everything's already like pre-portioned. And they give you like this really easy to follow sort of checklist of like how to make the thing, which is extremely convenient and necessary for someone like me.
And you can reuse
so go-
those recipes.
Yes, and you can, yeah, you keep them and you can reuse them, and it's a great little thing to keep. It's easy to store as well. Just put off to the side and all together. So go to hellofresh.com/castfree and use code castfree for free breakfast for life. One breakfast item per box while subscription is active. That's free breakfast for life at hellofresh.com/castfree with the code castfree. Thanks again to HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. And like,
Provider of the wildest promos ever.
who doesn't want free breakfast for life?
Yeah.
Like, come on. All right, so let's go ahead and get this vote wrapped up. We're ending the poll in 3, 2, 1. Goku wins.
Barely.
Come on.
Barely. What are you talking about?
mean,
that's
like-
a 60% to 39%.
60-40 is pretty close.
YouTube, where's the 1%?
I don't. YouTube always keeps the 1%. We know that.
60% Goku, 39% Kratos, 1% YouTube. All right. Yeah, it just does weird rounding.
Ben, are you
okay,
talking Sonic?
so
I can't remember.
yeah. So Kratos takes the L.
Yeah.
Goku gets his
Whatever.
second win for the month, in Oops All Goku month. However, I am now switching my seat.
Please don't
What?
literally
Are we
do
Does
this.
he have another
I love it.
chair?
Hey everybody, I'm
Oh.
here to talk about
Oh no!
Sonic.
Oh,
Your
it's
wall
breaking
is-
your
Peek behind the
background.
curtain.
Yeah.
Oh,
We're
no!
getting a peek.
I
Ah!
didn't see any of that.
Oh, it's gonna fall over. Damn.
Come
that's
on.
right.
You can't know he lives in a home. Like,
That makes it sound like I live in like a nursing home or something. All right. So I'm going to be talking about Sonic. I don't know who's actually repping Goku here. I guess everybody else.
Everybody.
So let's talk about how Sonic matches up against Goku. And
Which Sonic are you using?
I assume mainline, like modern Goku or modern Sonic. So who does stack up against him, I think. Because so the common thread for a while was like Archie Sonic versus
Mhm.
Goku, right? I don't know if that's super necessary. I am curious because there are. I'm curious what everybody else thinks in the chat because I do think there are some things that a lot of other people will buy about how powerful Sonic is that I'm not sure I do, but I am willing to be convinced, especially if I get a win here. So let's talk about Sonic in the games. So Sonic, of course, I think in base form, Sonic doesn't really stand a chance. So I think we got to give him the Chaos Emeralds.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure.
To just get that out of the way. But with the Chaos Emeralds, I do think he reaches a level of power that matches and possibly surpasses Goku. A single Chaos Emerald is capable of reshaping the planet. And Supersonic is built off of 7 Chaos Emeralds. And then Hypersonic, ahead of that, is built off of 7 Super Emeralds, which are each one is more powerful than the 7 Chaos Emeralds. So we bring those into play, and he reaches a level of power that will absolutely dominate in this fight. And that's just the baseline, right? He also has access to chaos control, which is time manipulation and space manipulation. If we bring in Sonic Frontiers, then we get the the energy corruption from that, which gives him all sorts of new powers, and also Supersonic, which might be a thing that comes back. I don't know what they're going to be doing with that, but there's also his other super form, Supersonic Cyber. I don't think we're ever going to see that one again. But, yeah, like if we go to strictly game Sonic and we focus in on the Emerald stuff and the Emerald powers, yeah, he does reach levels of power that can break through the universe. Again, a single Emerald is used in Sonic Unleashed to like reshape an entire continent. So
Okay.
step it up from there and reach levels of power that alter the universe. Yeah, he's got it.
Okay, I could see you getting up with that to like maybe one universe, right? But we've got Goku collected like 150 something whatever thousand universes, right? So like
yeah, well, I will say there is like obviously it's
1,500 universes.
1,500,
to be-
150,000. My bad.
it's
Yeah,
not
sorry.
the-
I was
1,000.
incorrect last time.
There you go.
It's not straight canonical as far as I know, but I would say it's probably supplementary. Is like the Sonic, Mega Man, or Capcom crossover stuff where
And that's Archie Sonic.
yeah, but the power of the emeralds is enough to like detangle the different timelines
Yes, in Archie
in
Sonic,
multiverses.
the power of just the normal Chaos Emeralds is enough to reset the entire infinite multiverse.
Yeah.
In the games, okay, this is where my opinion is probably going to differ from what I'm about to argue. So, in the games, he fights Time Eater within. This is before getting to Frontier. He
Yeah.
fights Time Eater with the power of Supersonic 1. Time Eater is capable of and succeeds in devouring and breaking all of reality, and then Supersonic defeats him and resets reality. So it's kind of a similar idea. He does the same thing to the world of the Arabian Nights when he fights Eraser Jin. He uses the power of the seven rings there, which is basically just the emeralds of that universe. When Eraser Jin destroys that universe, Dark Spine Sonic, I think he's called. It's basically that Supersonic, right? Defeats Eraser Jin and then uses the power of the ring slash Chaos Emeralds to restore that universe. So Sonic in the games has on multiple occasions reset a universe, or I guess in all those cases, a multiverse. Because it is also established that the Sonic multiverse exists. So we do have clarification that classic Sonic and modern Sonic are two different Sonics. They're not from the same timeline like it was originally thought. They are different timelines. And there are apparently you know the game where you go into Google and you type in your name the hedgehog.
Yeah.
That's all canon to some
Huh?
extent. The idea that there's an infinite number of Sonics and Hedgehogs out there
I
is
mean,
canon to the Sonic
What?
universe.
they kind of talk about
It
that
is an
in
infinite
the
multiverse.
whole like Titan Tails arc thing, right? Where there's like an infinite amount of tails, but that one tails is the special tails.
Yeah, I mean,
Uh-huh.
again, that's Archie Sonic, but like there's it's like some kid show that's like Tails show or whatever, where Tails explicitly talks about. Basically, it's like, hey kids, here's what a multiverse is. It's Tails trying to explain the multiverse to 5-year-olds, and he does so by talking about how many different Sonics there could be.
Oh,
Um,
all right.
yeah. So, and that's apparently Sonic canon, that there is an infinite number of Sonic timelines and universes where there's a bunch of different Sonics.
That is
Um,
All right.
silly.
Keep talking. It says
yeah.
Eggman threatened to take over a 4D Magi world, which has every dream and thought within. Later, Sonic was able to beat Super Dimensional Solaris.
Okay, so that's two different things. So the first one I believe is Imaginary World, is what they're talking
Yeah.
about, which is Sonic Shuffle. Which this is one that I'm not really sure how you would equate it into the canon of Sonic, but technically Imaginary World is this like fourth dimensional dreamscape universe that kind of breaks the concept of the like Sonic cosmology. I don't know. I didn't have enough time for this to like really dive into how Imaginary World fits into this. But it's another layer of complexity. Um, and then Solaris was also capable of destroying the world. I don't actually remember if he could destroy time. I know he stops time.
Multiple people said that
Um,
he threatened like all like time, past, present, future. Like,
Oh, that's right. The whole game is about time travel. I don't know. I didn't ever finish Sonic 06. Yeah, the whole game is about traveling through time and Solaris affecting the future and the past, or Mephiles and whatnot.
yeah.
And then there's the end, and Supreme from Sonic Frontier, which is basically Unicron. It's
Oh, cool.
essentially Unicron in the Sonic universe.
Like the concept of
Um,
death and all that, and whatever.
Kind of, yeah. It's an entity that's meant to just go around and destroy everything. He wanders the universe and blows everything up, and he's the most powerful thing in the multiverse. That's where Supersonic 2 comes in. So that
Yeah.
is applied by cyber corruption because of technology from the past or future, I can't remember, affecting Sonic and giving him a virus that like hurts him, but he's able to use the power to power up Supersonic into Supersonic 2 and eventually Supersonic Cyber.
Oh,
So
cool. Also,
it's very Dragon Ball.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
I'll say that.
Also, Ben Asta elaborated, saying, according to Eggman and official statements, it's a fourth dimensional being above all existence that was going to devour every point in the multiverse, and you kick his ass at 3 different points.
Which one?
That's the Imagi world thing. Imagination,
The
dreamscape.
Solaris,
Yeah.
then.
No,
His imaginary world is different.
oh, was that Solaris? Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, it was Solaris. Yeah.
There's a lot of similar. At this point, it's like Solaris, Time Eater, the end. It's a lot of them are kind of the same idea. So yeah. Oh yeah, IDW is also canon. I don't know enough about IDW Sonic, unfortunately. So if there's a feat in IDW canon that could beat Goku, let me know. For all I know, there's something crazy.
Ooh, DJ says Ian Flynn stated that the end isn't nearly as powerful as the fans thought. Okay, thank you, DJ.
Oh, that again goes to like word of
The
God.
word of God,
versus
yeah,
what's
yeah,
actually on
yeah.
paper.
Yeah.
No shade to the writers of anything, but like it's pretty common practice for writers to put something down and not really realize like just how powerful they made a character. And I mean, who can blame them? So
Yeah, that's what we do. We go, look at how
That's
powerful
kinda-
you made this character. And they're like, uh-oh.
yeah, that's sort of one of the reasons why Wiz has the whole existential crisis at the end of Goku versus Superman. Kind of addresses one of those. That's one of the elements that addresses.
Mhm.
Yeah. So it doesn't matter. So yeah. How about that? Whoever's arguing for Goku.
Yeah,
Am I arguing
As a
for
group?
Goku? Am I arguing?
No,
against
Yeah,
I
switch your
mean-
chairs again.
when we said Sonic and we knew it had to be you because I just, I always like watching you just share your extensive Sonic knowledge. And
Apom. That's where we step in. Okay, chat. It's you
oh,
versus
chat's
me.
defending Goku? Okay.
Chat.
Great.
Yeah,
But hey,
how
but
Go
not,
for it.
no, but listen. But not in the vote. We really need you to still vote.
Oh yeah, the vote's gonna have to be impartial, but like
Yeah.
right now, you're Goku. Argue against me. How does Goku beat Sonic?
Everyone
Yeah.
at home, switch your chairs for a second, and then
Also,
I
switch.
love this.
Ben,
I
I've
love
seen
this.
multiple people
Honor
mention
system.
Egg Wizard. Do you know what I'm talking about? That is.
It's one of Eggman's robots, I believe.
Sounds like a as seen on TV kitchen
The
device.
Egg Wizard.
The Egg
Oh, here we go.
Wizard.
Egg
Perfect
Wizard
egg every
used the
time.
power of the stars, which was a power he stated far beyond. Sorry, I have this Windows update glitch where my screen blacks out every now and then. Which a power he stated far
sounds
beyond
normal.
anything he could imagine, and he has encountered the Chaos Emeralds and the Precocious Stone at that point.
The Precious Stone.
Precious Stone.
That's from
like precocious stuff.
Imaginary
Precocious Stone.
World. Is that from Sonic Rush? That's from Sonic Rush Adventure, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what chat's saying.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah. I mean, again, I don't know if Egg Wizard is necessarily more powerful than like Time Eater or Solaris or whatever. So
Yeah, I'm not seeing any Goku defense right now, other than like he's Goku, and then other people are like he got hit by a rock.
so chat,
Goku
you
will
agree
just
with
punch
me?
really hard.
I like that.
The one thing I will say is I don't know if Sonic has the durability to survive like a full-on blast from Goku. Like I do very much think Goku could kill Sonic.
Well, Supersonic, you can be knocked out of Supersonic
Right.
if Sonic takes enough damage. What that limit is sort of
Vague.
an unknown. Because theoretically, because like again, all this is in gameplay. I don't believe. I believe the only time he's ever been forced out of it through something that's not gameplay is at the beginning of Unleashed. That's from a device that Eggman builds that specifically is designed to pull the emeralds out of him. So I wouldn't necessarily count that as like it overpowers Supersonic itself.
Mhm.
Like he's taking hits from entities that are capable of destroying time and all of space and time and multiple universes and whatnot. So I don't.
Yeah, but he only needs to get hit twice. Once to knock all of his rings out, and then one more time, and he's dead.
Not when he's supersonic.
Okay. Oh, that's true. That's true.
When he's supersonic, when he's hit, the rings don't come out.
That's true.
The rings just drain. He's got to have a couple rings. He's got to beat Goku. If we go by game rules, he's got to beat Goku in less than 50 seconds.
Yeah, that's
Oh
true.
my gosh.
Or he's got to find a bunch of rings somewhere.
A lot of the things that are like some of these weird big, like, oh, defeating Solaris and stuff, Sonic does have help for.
So Solaris, he does have help. However, Super Shadow and Super Silver are manifested by Supersonic. Like he uses his power to manifest them. For Time Eater, he has help from Classic Sonic, who's just like a slightly weaker version of himself. I also think like they're still individually getting hit by attacks from these guys. I don't know if I could. This is where my own opinion comes into this, as opposed to like what I think other people might say. I don't know if I would necessarily say that Supersonic by himself is more powerful than Solaris or Time Eater. I don't know if Supersonic himself. In fact, I doubt he could just be like, I'm going to destroy all of space and time. Oof, and then he does it. I don't know if he can. But he can take a hit from something that can.
Gotcha.
So on that level, like he's on that level essentially.
I got you.
Sarah and then can eventually overpower it.
Sarah Fergus says Supersonic was knocked out by the end by being hit by what was basically a spirit bomb.
Okay.
I feel like for me,
yeah.
if you reach out and get like the composite Goku with like the beaten Prometheus and stuff, I feel like it's probably Goku. But if you're just taking like mainline Dragon Ball Z Goku, I don't know. I think Sonic has a very good chance to win.
Yeah.
Dr. Austin Sauce has a pretty good argument. Sonic is afraid of Amy. Goku married Gigi. Like instantly. As soon as she asked, he was like, okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
And also Apom and Mimikyu.
So Goku's a little braver than Sonic.
Yeah, there you
Or
go.
Goku just didn't understand.
That
could also be the...
Well, also,
maybe
come on, Gigi's a
Goku's
badass.
a little more naive.
Yeah,
of course, Gigi's a badass. Yeah.
Apom and Mimikyu says
Amy
Goku's
does
taller,
suck, so.
therefore punt the rodent.
Nice.
Is the height advantage finally gonna matter?
Sonic's just licking up and then just God, just that kick. That initial like send them into the air kick that Saiyans do before they follow up with that. That's what's happening.
Oh, the like combo setup. Yeah. Okay. I have seen some questions about like if we composite Goku and Sonic, does that change things? I'm curious what people think about it. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of time in the chat to write up what you think. And if Goku does have any counters, we'll get to the vote in just a little bit. But we do have one more sponsor to talk about, which is another podcast for Avatar, The Last Airbender. Yeah, of all things. It is Avatar Braving the Elements. This is Nickelodeon's official companion podcast to Avatar The Last Airbender. If you haven't heard of this before, Avatar Braving the Elements has been around for a little while now. They've been going through every episode of the original Avatar cartoon with a fresh perspective from the people behind the show. Each week, hosts Janet Varney and Dante Bosco rewatch every episode of The Last Airbender. And if you don't know who those guys are, they're the voices of Korra and Zuko. So that's pretty cool.
And Dante
host
is
the whole
awesome and a friend of the company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They're joined by special guests like the cast, super fans, and even the creators of Avatar, Michael DiMartino and Brian Konietzko, for a deep dive and behind-the-scenes look into the Avatar-verse. I did not know it was called the Avatar-verse until right now. That's cool. That you can't get anywhere else. And starting this week, they are jumping into the phenomenal third season of Avatar The Last Airbender. It's a season that really put the show on the map for among the greats. So it'll be fascinating to re-experience it through all these perspectives. This is dope. So definitely check it out. You can listen to Avatar Braving the Elements on Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts. And again, that's Avatar Braving the Elements, which is a pretty cool name for a podcast. That's pretty awesome.
Dude, that's super awesome. I had no idea. Ben, you're gonna go listen to that, I'm sure. Right?
I kind of had a little bit of a double take. I mean, you guys know I like the Avatar series. I had a little double take when I saw that on the list. I was like, whoa, okay. That's pretty cool.
Go check it out.
Okay.
Tell him Death Battle sent you.
Yeah. Yes. Wouldn't it be cool to be on that show?
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Ben,
That'd
you
be
should go.
awesome.
That'd be
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
there we
That'd
go. Tell them I'm interested in being on the show.
be great.
No. Okay, so let's talk about this vote. Let's get to it.
Do we have answers for this one though?
I don't know, Sam. Do we?
There were a few answers, but I don't think we're using them because they were like
Do
from.
you have them that you can maybe just read? Maybe just not show.
If not, it's all good.
We'll see. Okay, so yeah, we can just go with what we got. All right, so or how we are. So all right, let's get to this. We're gonna start this vote with you guys. Sorry, guys.
Sorry, Dude Blade X. Tell them that the people who killed Zuko and Korra sent them. Not that part.
I love that.
Hey, we didn't
They-
kill Aang.
Hey,
We
they
just had
might-
to
they
murder
might
someone.
know.
The most un-Aang thing you could possibly do.
Right.
To peek behind the curtain, a lot of the times when we do ad spots for different podcasts is because we're trading and they're going to do an ad spot for us. I have no idea if that is the case for this one, but it might
be
be.
fun
So
if
they
that's
might
what they
understand that they
suggest.
might be like,
They might be like
That'd be
Death Metal.
awesome.
They put your favorite characters. I wonder if they've done
We'll
Mike.
see.
Oh.
"No."
Yikes.
Okay, so let's get to this vote. I think the way we're gonna do this is everybody here is gonna vote, except for me, because I argued for Sonic, and then we'll get to the chat vote. So, Chad, Sonic, can
You've
he
swayed
beat
me.
Goku?
You've swayed me. I'm on Team Sonic. Let's go. You did a great
Wow.
job.
Wow, I'm surprised. Okay, that's one vote for Sonic. Josh, who wins, Sonic or Goku?
In honor of all the multiverse kind of stuff going on here, I think in the alternate timeline of Death Battle Cast where Kratos and Sonic team up against Goku, I think they've got it. So
I mean, that just sounds unfair at
in
that
that
point.
vein, I vote for Sonic.
Okay. All right. 2 votes for Sonic. Sam?
I really want to vote Goku because I like Goku a lot more, but I feel like it's
Is this gonna be a Sonic sweep?
I don't know. I do feel like composite both of them. Goku probably wins, but I feel like mainline,
That's a different. Yeah,
mainline, which is what we are talking about.
Yeah.
Sonic wins because Sonic's mainline is dumber.
They
They do more stupid shit. That's just how this works.
You're not wrong.
That's yeah.
Okay. So you're voting for Sonic
Yeah.
because of dumbness?
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying it is very, very silly. The shit they do is
Sure.
just like so silly, and it's gonna lead them to a victory because that's how it works.
Okay.
And there was a little. Just a dude says this also implies that Mario can beat Goku, and I saw they had a little tangent too when we first started talking about this about like how Mario's decks up against Goku.
I mean, we will have one more, right? We have one more week of this.
Talking about a
Technically
debate that I've
two.
never
No, we
heard
got-
mentioned.
We have
We got
technically
2 more weeks
of
Oops All
this.
Gokus, so
Yeah.
maybe Mario's one to do. Who knows?
You're
Uh,
pretty
okay.
strong for a plumber. Like,
So- The polls, we're going to wrap up the poll on here in just a little bit. However, we do have 3 votes for Sonic. So this is really going to determine if you guys disagree with the 3 hosts here or if this is a Sonic sweep. Which, if it's a Sonic sweep, I'm honestly kind of shocked because I would vote for Goku. I don't know about you guys. I think it's
Really?
crazy
Wait,
to
why
think
would you-
Sonic
I mean,
would win.
Why
We'll
would
see.
you vote Goku over Sonic after you just made
Sonic's
these
not.
arguments?
Again, I my opinion of Sonic. I don't think he's as powerful as a lot of people will put him at. I don't think Sonic is powerful enough to match Goku, able to affect so many universes.
What's the
with such an enormous amount of
fastest?
power.
Like, what did we calculate Sonic's speed at compared to Goku's?
Sonic. I mean, if you bring in Super Sonic, like we're reaching infinite speeds for both of them. So
Mhm.
Yeah.
But Sonic does have a teleport thing with like he does have like an instant transmission thing, but it does require items. A lot of Sonic's powers require items, where everything that Goku has he
Yeah.
can do himself. And I think once Goku realizes that Sonic's using
You
items,
know,
he can disarm him and get rid of that, and it'll be fine.
if Goku's
Interesting.
fast enough to avoid being hit, then I think in Ultra Instinct he might have it.
Ultra Instinct also Sonic doesn't really have anything quite like that, unless Hypersonic has that, and I'm just not remembering that.
Yeah, I'm a
Um,
calendar man. Also, is calling me out says it's really funny because there's an old episode of Death Battle Cast where Sonic versus Goku was discussed, and Chad said Goku finally gets his one win. And, hey, and that
Just kidding.
just proves how not biased we are. I listened to the argument and I was swayed in the moment. That
I'm
I feel
I'm
like
swaying backwards. I think Ultra Instinct
it-
might have it. I don't
Is
know.
it
I'm going
counterintuitive
back.
to say this proves that I'm not biased? Like that seems like such a weird
I don't
thing
know,
to
I'm just
say.
saying.
All right, we're gonna wrap up the poll, and with 60% of the vote, Goku gets your vote, which means Sonic gets your
Yeah,
vote.
nice try.
Which means this is a Sonic sweep. Sorry, my brain just can't fathom this.
Sonic
He's
sweep.
the people's
Wow.
hedgehog.
Aroki's saying Ben's coping so hard. I kind of.
Oh shit! Hold on.
I
I gotta
really
search
don't
up
feel like. I really don't buy that Sonic would win. However, again, this is not a full death battle that we're doing here. If we were going to do a full death battle, we would do like the deep dive and whatnot into
Painstaking
how Sonic
research.
would really match up, and also the researchers involved. And they obviously know a lot more than I do in this regard. So if we do that, maybe that could convince me.
Yeah, I mean, the more I
don't
think
know.
about it, I think Ultra Instinct might be the thing that cuts it, because if he can dodge anything Sonic throws at him, I have no doubts in my mind Goku's strong enough to like punch a hole through Sonic, right? Like that's easy. So
I mean, maybe.
I think Ultra Instinct
also-
might do it.
I realized we never showed the Nappa thing, Mike. If you want to bring that up real quick, I had sent that
Oh,
to
that's
him
right.
ages ago. But we need to show this off for anybody who didn't see it, because this is Super Saiyan Nappa. Which, goddamn, look at that.
It's so stupid, but I really like it.
I really like it. That's awesome.
So good.
What a
All right,
spiky beard.
then
Has anyone ever
Should we-
cosplayed that?
should we do Kratos versus Nappa? It's just because they're bald.
Okay, I was like,
I mean, I
why
can't minus some weird composite Nappa. I can't see a world where he doesn't lose. Like Kratos
Oh, yeah,
is
you-
way stronger.
Crowds, I'm sure.
Yeah.
We should do some
all right,
sort
well-
of bald Death Battle Cast month. Just bald characters.
That's the next
Hitman
battle
versus
cast. Oops, all
Nappa.
balds.
oh man, there's one Super Saiyan Nappa cosplay. But there's not going to be time to bring this up probably
Ooh.
unless Mike grabs it really quick. Ignore the
Okay,
rock
well,
Sonic I sent him.
we can talk about it in our champion cast as
Yeah,
well.
there you go.
All right. Hey, speaking of champions and everybody watching this, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for joining us. Let us know what you think about these two matchups, Kratos versus Goku and Sonic versus Goku. Do you think either of these should be full-on death battles? Do you think we are wrong and that these may actually be more competitive matchups? They probably are, to be honest. We're just kind of digging around a little bit here. But I'm very curious to see, especially on the Sonic one, because it's such a popular request. I'm very curious to see what everybody's opinion of it is, and how they would expect that to be presented or addressed. Like, would you want us to use like a composite Sonic and a fully composite Goku, a comic book Sonic versus a specific Goku? Like, there's a lot of different ways to take it. So let us know what you think. Would love to hear from all of you. And thank you to everybody who tuned in live for both of these votes. Can't wait to see you next week as we talk about Goku fighting bald people, or whatever the hell we're going to do. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
What? All right.
All right. See you next week.